for everybody to join. So we're going to take a couple of minutes before we get started for everybody to join. So now you're seeing my lovely backyard. Isn't that cool? Scrub Oak view of Salt Lake City, and my periscope will turn momentarily. And we are going live on Facebook on my Awaken Within page. You can follow us there. But today's topic is allowing prosperity to flow. Okay, got my Clary Calm. Okay, the reason today's topic came up is because we are moving into a season of fall. And we just had the eclipse, and so there was a lot of cool energy going on with the eclipse. And so today we're going to talk about how energy works, how you can allow it to flow, and how you can feel more prosperity, and how you can experience more prosperity. So see. Hi, welcome. I'm not sure who that is. And we have somebody on Facebook. Okay. You know how, oh, there I am. We switched. Okay, wow, it's working. Technical difficulties, we figured them out. Would you mind getting me my water? Okay, so today I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I've got my trusty cards. We can look anything up for you. So give us a wave, let us know who's joined, and we'll start with talking about energy and how energy works and how the flow of energy works. Thanks, David, for joining. I'm going to just adjust this. We are coming to you from Salt Lake City, Bountiful, actually. And today's topic is about prosperity. So energy is all around us, right? Everything, if you look out, everything is energy. And being able to see and perceive energy is really a fabulous gift that we all have. And I have my cute client here. We just finished a really fabulous session, and so I'm really grateful that she was able to stay with us and talk to us about how prosperity works. But she wants to stay on that side of the camera because we had a really great session, I'm just saying. So she's going to be joining us on that side. And as we talk about prosperity and energy and frequency, it's really about realizing that who we are as energy and who we are as love. And when you really allow that love to flow, you allow prosperity to flow. And the cool thing about prosperity is it is a reflection of what the energy you're carrying inside. So when you're not in sync or in line with love or with who you are, then it blocks the energy from flowing. So today it's my intention, I've got my trusty Rapid Eye. If you have joined us today, it's your lucky day because we are going to clear lack consciousness. And that's really interesting because it's in the DNA too. If you come from a place of, let's say your parents came from struggle. My parents came from the Depression era, and so they really struggled with it's really survival. It's do I have enough and how can I have enough? And I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and so there was always a feeling of how am I going to feed all these kids, right? So when we're clearing lack or the fear of lack in the energy field, it's also in your DNA energy field. And whatever was going on with mom and dad when sperm and egg met, and what was written in their DNA code is now written in your DNA code. So I have my, this is Rapid Eye, and it's a Rapid Eye device, and it's designed to help release trapped trauma or energy that's in the DNA. So as we practice releasing DNA codes of poverty consciousness, realizing that by rapidly blinking with the Rapid Eye device, it helps put you in alpha state of consciousness, and as you deep breathe, you release blocks that are keeping you stuck. So with that, if anyone is experiencing any lack, fear of, oh, there's a hummingbird right behind me. He sees my red shirt. I attract lots of hummingbirds, and I'm out on my deck, so there's lots of hummingbirds. So if you're experiencing lack in your life, what you want to do is you want to go inside and look at what attitudes and what beliefs do I have concerning lack. So the first thing that I'm going to have you do, hi, welcome from England. Thanks for joining, Dubs. The first thing that we're going to do is be aware of what your thought process is. What are your feelings concerning money, abundance, prosperity? So pull out a piece of paper and just write down maybe some random thoughts that come to you. For example, I grew up with the belief that you have to work hard. You have to work hard for money. And that was a belief that I've been clearing for a long time. Thank you for joining, Artie. Ardemore. And what we want to do is first be aware of what beliefs are stopping you from receiving that flow, because we're all energy and it's all meant to flow. So if it's not flowing within you, then there is a reason that you've got some blocks. Okay, so write down a couple of those blocks. Mine is you have to work hard for prosperity, or you have to work hard for money. Now, I've had ample amounts of money in my life and ample amounts of prosperity, and I live a very abundant, prosperous life, in my opinion. I get to do what I want when I want most of the time. So that's kind of one of the tools that I use to calculate where I'm at, or to calculate how prosperity is flowing. Do I feel free, or do I feel really stuck around it? So if you're feeling stuck, like the money's just not showing up for you, then it's just as simple as a block. Welcome to Periscope. Hey Simla. Wow, we have people from all over. Thanks for joining. And okay, tell me some of your blocks. What are some beliefs? I'm going to ask, since you've joined us, go ahead. Tell us a block that maybe some people could release, or a block that maybe you have. Oh, how about trusting the universe?
Yeah, that was what I first did when I came in today.
Yeah. So when my client first came in today, she said, I'm having a block with trusting the universe and releasing fear that everything goes well when I quit my job. Great, right? That's a great awareness. And if you're feeling fear about the future, then that in itself is a block. So being aware that I'm not trusting the universe, or I'm not trusting God to provide for me. And what I do with that belief, or any of those beliefs, is let's work in the mental realm first. So we have physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The mental realm is the realm that says, I can't do this because life is hard. It's your thinking thoughts. So be aware of what your thinking thoughts are. Life is hard. Life is a struggle. That's a thinking thought. When you're aware of what those thoughts are, then you can counter the thought. For example, we can go to what's a thought instead of that the universe doesn't support me, or I'm afraid the universe doesn't support me. What's another thought that you could have based on your past when the universe has supported you? So it would be, the universe supports me, and I have evidence of that. And then you go into the evidence of that. So is there another time in your life that you have felt supported by the universe?
When I follow my heart is when I am supported by the universe.
Okay, that's a great awareness. When I follow my heart, I am supported by the universe. So what that looks like is moving out of your head and into your heart and following your passions. So going with, when I feel joy, I feel prosperous. When I feel passionate about life, I feel prosperous. And going and listing the wins in life when you have felt supported. Okay, so what's another belief? We'll go into my belief. That you have to work hard for money, right? That was what my parents always told me. So what I did with this, in this exercise, is I wrote down all the times in life that things were just handed to me, either like on a silver platter or somebody showed up with a beautiful gift. And all the times in my life where I felt abundant or prosperous without a lot of hard work, or people show up for me. Okay? So going to a time in your life that will counter rejection. Thank you, Elaine. That's a great one. So go into the core belief of rejection, and then now we're going to look into your past of all the times in your life where you had been feeling rejected, and then somebody or something showed up to show you, welcome Matt, that you are not rejected. So you'll write the core belief that has you stuck, and then you're going to write on the opposite of that all the times that you had a win with that belief. So for my client here, it's all the times that the universe did support you. And I would go to, and I kind of know her life, so I go to the last time that you quit a job and then things flowed and you had this opportunity to be in this beautiful space. And then opportunities started showing up in different ways. So you want to use that as an anchor to prove your core belief wrong. Now, some people will say to me, well, what if I don't have very many wins? So let's go to rejection. Elaine mentioned rejection. So in rejection, we're going to go to how many times in life have you felt loved and supported? How many times can you counter that belief of being rejected? And that one is all the times friends showed up, or you got a call, or you felt like people were connecting with you, and you're going to look for evidence, and the brain is going to fixate on what it believes, and that will become your story. So you've got to be really, really aware of those stories. You've got to be really aware of what stories are stopping you in your life, and then with that, look for the evidence to prove it wrong. So there's the mental level we're working in. Then we get to create a new feeling around it, right? So going to, what's the feeling that I have around lack? And it's fear. Fear I'm not going to have enough. And then move that feeling into when you felt supported and when you felt loved. In the case of rejection, go into what that feels like right now. And when the universe did support you and when you were following your heart, what that feels like, what that passion feels like, what it feels like to come from your heart, what it feels like to come from that place of love, and then move into that space right now. And if it's all just a frequency, then instead of going into the big story about, oh my gosh, I can't get this story right in my head, well, just look for a better frequency. Go to a time in your life where you did feel good, a time in your life where you did feel loved, a time in your life where you did feel supported by the universe, and bring in that feeling right now. And we all have the capacity with our thoughts to go to what we need. So go to the thought that best supports you, which is, I have been loved and I have been supported. The universe has supported me, and when I follow my heart, life flows for me. Go into that feeling. By changing your thoughts and your feelings in this moment, you change your frequency, and everything in life starts showing up to support that. I love taking little spontaneous trips, and I notice that I get supported to do that, feeling abundant with that. And I go back to remembering all the times I've been supported with that. Okay, so I'm going to have everybody just take a deep breath, and we're going to play with the energy of it. And breathe up from the earth's energy, which is the divine feminine, and bring that into your heart. And breathe down from source. Sigh it out. And then open, blend, and balance that in your heart center. And on the sigh this time, have the intention that you are releasing fear. Fear of anything. Fear of lack, fear of disconnect, fear of rejection. So take a deep breath up from the earth. And down from source. Open, blend, and balance it in your heart center. And let's just sigh that out again. Use your voice to release that block. Good one. Use your voice to release the feeling of lack, the feeling of disconnect. And remember, the energy that you move into is really just a feeling that you're looking for. It's a thought and a feeling that you're moving yourself to. It's just a release of the lack. Okay, so I'm watching my client over here do her work. She's doing a very good job. And there's magic in 3, so we're going to do it one more time. Take a deep breath up from the divine feminine, down from the divine masculine. Circle that in your heart and sigh it out. When you release blocks, the beauty of that is the only thing that's left is love. So when you're not feeling that vibrational frequency, that higher frequency, then it's just because there's some blocks there. And being aware what the block is allows you to release it. And sometimes you don't know, you just feel off kilt. So when you're feeling off kilt, go within and ask what it is. What have you been thinking about? What have you been feeling about? And shift that to what would I rather have? And then do this exercise where you breathe up from the earth, down from heaven, circle it in your heart, and then release it. Release it out your fingertips, release it out your toes. And what happens is you automatically come to this really cool space of love. Now, if you need additional help with that, we have Rapid Eye to help link it and move it out of your energy field. But here's the trick. When you continue to do what you've always done, you'll continue to get what you've always got. So realizing now that this has to be a conscious thing that you do every day to move out of that fear, to move out of the blocks, to say, okay, what would I rather have? Being conscious of the blocks that you have going on inside you. So if you just scan your body for just a moment, take a moment to just scan. Do you feel prosperous in this moment? Do you feel the flow moving through your body? Or are you notice feeling frustrated, fear, or irritated? When you consciously choose to let go of the frustration, the fear, and the irritation, you allow the flow. Okay? Now, if you get stuck with this, practice every day, being aware of what the blocks are. So Elaine mentioned rejection. What I would do is practice every day, releasing, noticing the block, talking to it. Okay, this was just an experience I came to have. I now choose to release rejection, or I now release fear, or I now choose to release the belief that I must work hard. And as you just focus on doing your deep breathing, it raises your frequency back to the place of love. And your external world starts matching that love in a variety of forms. Through more love connections, more friendships, more prosperity, more opportunities. And circumstances which allow you to feel more joy in your life. Okay, does anybody have any questions with that? I'm going to pull a card. By the way, happy Labor Day. I realize we don't have a lot of people online because they're probably out enjoying their day off. So thanks for joining us. Here is, oh, this is a cool card. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. So this is about joining teams and joining people in your life. You'll love that one. To bring about more prosperity. I'm going to show the card up here. And show the card down here. Give it to my client. Okay, so what that means is be open to meeting people, be open to relationships coming in your life that help open doors for prosperity and abundance to flow, and to feel more connected and accepted. And in this moment, I'm sending out prayers that you may feel loved and supported on your journeys of love. Really, it's just, we're just love, and it's coming back to that place of knowing that you're loved and feeling that connection here with Source, so that you can have bigger connections and better connections out here. So thank you everyone for joining us. Namaste. We're going to, it's my intention to do lunch every week. Some weeks we do go without having lunch with Sandra, but it's my intention that we can give this information openly so that people can receive clear energy and love and support wherever they're at on their journey. Thank you for joining. Namaste. Thank you, Miss Elaine. Thanks for joining us. You can watch the rebroadcast on Prosperity.